Been keeping up with Australian tax news, you'll be well aware of the next story. Back in August, The Sun revealed that the Australian Tax Office has installed squat toilets in one of its buildings in Canberra. The large number of Southeast Asian employees are used to a squat toilet, one of these, rather than a Western-style toilet, as you can see from this helpful sticker. So, this is just your typical hysterical story about the dangers of immigrants with a nice new scatological twist, right? So how should you read this story? What if we approach this from a medical point of view? In the UK, 80% of people will suffer piles in their lifetime. 25% will suffer regularly. As a nation, we spend £48 million a year on prescription laxatives, and that doesn't include over-the-counter purchases. But in Asia and Africa, by contrast, where squat toilets are more common, it seems incidence of piles and colorectal disease is lower. So, are squat toilets actually better for us? In America, they've invented a clever way of turning your traditional Western toilet into a squat toilet, but they've had to work pretty hard to make it an attractive proposition.
When you sit on a porcelain throne, this muscle puts a kink in the hose and stops the Ben & Jerry's from sliding out smoothly. But what happens when you go from a sit to a squat? Voila! This muscle relaxes and that kink goes away faster than Pegasus laying sweet sherbet dookie. Truly a footstool fit for a constipated king.
After this advert, sales in America went up by 250%. But interestingly, in the UK, there was not the same sales spike. It seems like we Brits just don't like to think about how we go to the loo. But I'm convinced Britain can find a way to take squatting into our hearts. So we sent Second Opinion's in-house GP, Dr. Ahmed Kazmi, to try and sell it to the unsuspecting shoppers of South London.
Today, I'm going to be posing as an undercover salesperson in this showroom where we've installed a squat toilet. Let's sell some squat toilets. Hello, sir. You okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. How you doing?
Very well, very well. Are you looking for anything in particular?
A whole new bathroom, to be honest.
Ah, okay.
So,
I'll just show you something a little bit novel. It's the most popular toilet model worldwide. And it's definitely compact. So it's the traditional squat toilet. Have you ever used one? So there's loads of health benefits, actually. It reduces the risk of hemorrhoids, piles, diverticulitis. Because of the hip flexion, it pulls the anorectal junction into a much more favourable position for opening the bowels. So you need to apply less strain, which is why it helps with diverticulitis and with hemorrhoids. It's good for your joints too. A Japanese study showed that because of the hip flexion, it pulls the anorectal canal into the correct position, so you don't have to strain to pass the motion.
Right.
An Israeli study showed that it halves your pooping time. So everyone could benefit from that. It makes it less than 1 minute that you'd spend on the toilet. Have you ever tried one, like on holiday or...?
Yeah, I hate them. They tend to get splashes over your feet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. That's a technique thing, though.
Yeah.
Do you know, actually, the majority of the world poops like this? Is it something you'd ever consider?
I don't think so.
Do you want to have a quick go, just to see how it feels?
I think I'm right with that.
Oh, just try, go on.
You're not going to sell it to me, I'm afraid.
It's only £150.
Okay.
Is this something you might consider?
Zand, I really tried my hardest, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to sell any squat toilets. My diagnosis is that England is not ready yet, but I'm taking one home myself.
Dr. Ahmed there with no sales, thus guaranteeing himself a place on the next series of The Apprentice. It seems Brits just aren't ready for squat toilets, so are we damaging our health? Well, I went along to see consultant gastroenterologist Dr. Lisa Das to find out.
Hello.
Hello, is it Lisa?
It is. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Lisa, you're a world-class gastroenterologist. You've worked in the US and the UK, you've won prizes, you passed all the exams. I have a burning question. Are we going to the loo wrong?
I think we are. So it's a massive problem. About 60% of my practice is about disordered defecation, people not going to the bathroom properly.
So why do you think we're getting this all wrong?
I would probably say a large part is because we don't pay attention to our bodies, and that normal urge, that call to stool, When your body's telling you need to open the bowels, we tend to inhibit that, and that's because we're busy, we're going to a meeting, we're sorting out the children in the morning.
OK, Lisa, scenario. You and I, we're on a date. We're in a restaurant. I get the urge. I get up and excuse myself, walk around the table, our eyes meet, and you whisper 3 pieces of advice about how to go to the loo. What are those pieces of advice?
So diet, fibre, water and exercise.
Fibre, water, exercise. It's a bit late for that, it's the middle of the date. But let's say I had the salad and I've had a glass of water. I'm on the move.
You're doing the right thing. You've attended to that call to stool, which is when you feel like you need to go, you have to take advantage of that.
That's the great thing about being on a date with a gastroenterologist. They don't mind when you answer the call to stool. So I make my way through the restaurant. I get to the loo, I open the door, I sit down, I'm straining.
Dial back that straining, because too much straining can cause problems with hemorrhoids. So 80% strain.
80% effort. Take it down a little bit. Relax. Just calm down. It's all right. We've got time. We're in this for the long haul. Third piece of advice. You shout it across the restaurant into the toilet. What is it?
Get in the right position and raise your legs.
Get your knees out.
Indeed.
This date's going better than I expected. Could I get your phone number?
So there we go. Or rather, there we could go if we ate well and got into the right position. This is a much bigger problem than most of us are prepared to admit. Look, I know you're going to ignore me about drinking more water and eating your greens. You've been ignoring doctors about that stuff for years. But if you are having problems, try getting your knees up. And don't ignore the call to stool.
Second Opinion, investigate.